Hey, welcome back to my boring ass training vlog, where you get to watch me do the same exercises every day. In this episode, Danny Magic's gonna ask me your questions from my phone with a microphone.
I don't know how to say this kid's name, but it's Matthias Pesh. Wants to know if you can pray for his calves, please.
For his calves?
His calves. Can you pray for his calves? That's his question.
Don't they pray for calves in India? Right? Don't them cows be sacred? Sacred calves? So that what you need to do is move to India where your calves will be worshipped. Now that's much better than me saying a prayer. Whew. Ah! Snap me up.
Rick Cortez wants to know, how do I stay motivated when motivation comes to a halt for him?
Apparently you haven't watched enough Elliott Hulse videos. Motivation is bullshit. Google that one. Here's the deal. Motivation lights your fire, but you gotta keep fanning it. The fan is called discipline, right? So when you're excited about something, you make a decisive decision. That's it, I'm motivated. Good, what you gonna do? You make your decision. And then you just keep doing it whether you feel like it or not. Motivation's gonna go away. A lot of you guys who are falling in love and then falling out of love is the same shit. Feels aren't eternal. Feels come to prompt you, but discipline keeps you going. Done. Man, that's even getting light on me. Incredible how fast strength goes up. All natty, baby. All natty.
Got another good question. Zach Duff wants to know, what's your all-time favorite book and why?
All-time favorite book? I'm gonna say The Essential Writings of Ralph Waldo Emerson, because it's the first book that gave me perspectives that helped me through evolutionary growth, you know? It's about 23 years old, trying to make sense of like where life is and where it's going, and his words were very instrumental. I named my daughter Emerson because of him. And over the course of that phase of my life, I want to say 23 to 27, 30, I would always just go to that book, flip something open, and his words were always enlightening. But hey, his shit is like medicine. You gotta take it in little doses, because it'll confuse you too.
Apparently, Harvey Stead has been injured for a long time, so it's hard for him to, I guess, train or work out. How do you stay mentally strong through a long period of injury?
You take that opportunity, that downtime, as a chance to catch up on other aspects of your being. So just because you can't weight train, you can't power lift, you can't bodybuild, doesn't mean that you can't meditate, you can't read more, you can't develop relationships, volunteer more, set new goals for yourself. You see what I'm saying? You're many pieces. So weight training is just one piece, and plus exercise too. You could choose different types of exercise. Just because like your shoulder's injured, don't mean that you can't go and like I did, go do yoga, right? What other exercise modalities are there? There's so many. Do Tai Chi, Qigong, body weight exercises, yin and yang exercises, right? All kind of shit you could do. You know what? You know what it's forcing you to do? Be creative. How about that? This is a little bit of a PR, not all time PR, but I haven't lifted these dumbbells in over a year probably. Put some chalk on, just to commemorate. I need some heavier dumbbells.
This guy wants to know, Alex Royce wants to know the best ways to mentally drain yourself. For example, he says, I'm already physically tired, but my mind is crazy and alert.
Don't go to sleep. Stay up for 3 days. Your light will dim. That'll dim your light. Or fast.
Fasting.
Don't eat. Don't eat. You'll quickly go. Right? That's why all them spiritual traditions, they have fasting. Because the mind is too crazy. When you fast, you know what happens? Sugar, it leaves your brain. You get like this. You ever see somebody fasting? Their brain ain't working. They're just trying to get by. So you want to dim your brain a little bit, stay up late for 3 nights, right? Chris, how you feel when you don't go to sleep? You be forgetting dumb shit. Like, oh yeah, I should have put a title on that video. Yep. And don't eat. Yeah. Or you could focus you could train your mind with like a mantra. Just repeat. Allah Baha, Allah Baha, Allah Baha, Allah Baha, Allah Baha, Allah Baha. You know, the Holy Mary, right? What other chants are there?
There's chants in not the Kundalini, but the dynamic meditation. It's sort of a chant.
Those are all mantras, I guess, or chants. All right, what do I got next? What am I gonna do? I felt like I didn't do nothing, but I lifted heavier than I did last week. I wanted to like struggle a little bit. I'm gonna struggle with the dips. Sometimes you just want to struggle, right? And that what keeps you alive is that struggle. I want something to struggle about. Right? It's too easy, why do it? Give me some struggle, give me some. What I'm gonna struggle with next. Let's do dips.
So Jason Elliott wants to know what you can recommend for someone with weak lungs. How can I strengthen my lungs to improve my O2 intake while working out and sprinting? I find myself out of breath easily after a set or a long sprint.
Man, there's way too many possibilities for why you're having that. I mean, food allergies could screw up your respiration. You know, it could be anything. It could be you're constipated too, because you start filling up your gut with all that shit that you didn't let out for 6 days, and starts pressing up into your organs that press up into your solar plexus that don't let your lungs expand, right? So I mean, I can give you, I'm just getting started, right? Take a shit, check out if you have food allergies. What else? You know, because you want an easy answer, or you want a standard answer. You could just have tight ribs. You might need to stretch out your ribs, your rib muscles, right? So that you could expand your rib cage, expand your diaphragm, right? What else? A lot of people have like dairy intolerances that screws up their respiration. So I don't know. Take a shit and stop drinking dairy.
This guy says, I eat a whole pizza a day while I have health issues.
Why don't you try it out? Experiment, right? Do a 30-day pizza eating challenge. Put that shit up on YouTube. I'll put it on Facebook. I'll share it. You tell us. Try that shit out.
Does baby fat go away on its own? That's Huxley Lawson. These people got some crazy names. It's a cool name though.
But if you're not a baby, is it baby fat?
It's just regular ass fat.
That's man fat. You can't, that's a bad question. You can't call that baby fat.
That's your
You're not a
mom.
baby, that's man fat.
Your mom going, it's just baby fat, honey. No way. And he's like, I don't think so. This guy wants to know, if you could only do one movement the rest of your life, what would it be?
That's all, that's it. That's such a good movement. That helps the Kundalini rise.
Do it again.
That's the one I would do. I would move my hips, I would shake my hips. Right? I have all kinds of energy. That's where the Dantian is. That's where the Kundalini, the snake is all coiled up down there. I just keep it moving. Feel strong today. Somebody asked, I saw your comment. Why Elliott's lifting such light weights? Because I wasn't strong yet, motherfucker. I just started training. I took 8 months off. It's gonna take me at least 8 weeks to get back. I'm coming. I'm just thinking about it. Like if that's all I was doing all day long.
The rest of your life.
I'll be all right.
You'll be like an amoeba. That's all they do.
It's like I'm dancing, I'm fucking. What else is there in life? I'm thinking.
You can move like that too.
I look like I'm doing the pee-pee dance. Yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff.
You can slide around like that.
Right?
Is it possible to be able to show someone that wants to see what you see, but for some reason aren't able to?
You tell stories and use metaphors. That's how Jesus did it. That's how I do it. You tell stories and you make metaphors. They can't see shit. Right? And using yourself as an example is the best way. Right? If I tell you one thing or I show you one thing, which one's gonna sink in deeper? Monkey see, monkey do. Don't worry about trying to school them so much. Show them and then tell some stories about that shit.
Man, meerkat keeps popping up.
Yo, meerkat is great.
Says people are live.
Yo, it's the coolest thing. I was laying in my hammock yesterday with nothing really to do. I just was planning on just chilling there. Meerkat popped up. Some lady was eating a sandwich. She was downtown St. Pete too. I was like, oh shit, she's eating a sandwich. She was at $5. I was like, she's at $5 downtown eating a sandwich. And I watched her for a good 10 minutes eating that fucking sandwich. A little strange actually.
This guy wants to know, how do I build 20-inch ankles?
You wanna build 28-inch ankles?
Damien Tweaky Inaki wants to build 20-inch ankles.
What are you doing? You making a statue? Well, then you buy some 20-inch columns and you use them for the base of the statue. If you're trying to build them. Oh, those aren't ankles, those are cankles. You want some cankles. I saw a girl this week with some big old cankles. Go ask her. I'm sure she would give them to you if she could take them off. Getting too light for me.
This is just a standard question. I'm sure you have mad videos on it, but I can't say this guy's name. Jabazardi. What exercises to do for lacking upper chest muscles?
Incline flies, right? Pec deck, incline pressing, dips. Read Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding. All the answers lie there within.
Why are you training with shoes now? Zach Graves one.
Because of this. It's 4 millimeters to make up for the shortness in his leg. So part of my attempt at becoming a stronger version of myself is dealing with my muscular, really, my skeletal imbalances. All right, I got a true leg length discrepancy. It was measured. The bones were measured. One's shorter than the other. So by keeping this in, I'm more balanced out, and I actually feel a lot better. So there it is. Don't get me wrong. I like being barefoot and all. Let's go back with that 55.
So really one, this is on Instagram now. Yeah, he wants to know how he can inspire others when he hasn't even come close to his goal yet. You know what I mean?
When I used to work as a personal trainer at Lifestyles Family Fitness on 4th Street here in St. Petersburg, Florida, it's now LA Fitness. I had not reached my goals per se. I was setting some goals. That's when I first discovered goal setting, about 10 years ago. But the crazy thing is, and this was just my natural inclination, I think it has something to do with my love language. I would constantly be motivating and uplifting the people around me, the other trainers. You know, I wasn't where I needed to be, but as I was filling my mind with positive, uplifting ideas and words, I would just share them. This one girl, Beth in particular, I used to talk to her every day, build her up as I was building myself up. Neil, Habgood, he and I used to always talk about things, building each other up. I think there's something to be said for using your building up of other people to actually build yourself up. You're really speaking to yourself. I'm speaking to myself when I make these videos. So when you guys think I'm building you up, I don't know you. I've never seen you before in my life. You guys see me. So you know what? I'm really just talking to myself. Speak those words into their lives. Speak blessings into other people's lives. And that brings blessings into your own. So you can't help them without simultaneously helping yourself.
This guy wants to know if you can make a good foam rolling and stretching video.
Well, I did, but you only get to see it if you donate to the channel. And it might only cost you $1. So yeah, I did that. Made a foam rolling and stretching video to say thank you to people who donate to the Strength Camp channel. Now, I don't need your money, but I appreciate it. I appreciate the blessings. So in return, I like to give you something. And that's what you get. Click the link above.
Somebody wants to know, how do you get your kids to drink water throughout the day? She says that her kids are always telling her no, they don't want to drink water. How do you get them to drink enough water?
Two important things. Number one, all we really gave them was water. We don't buy Kool-Aid. We don't have sweet tea and pop in our house. We just don't have it. We never did. From the time they were little kids, they had their little sippy cups with water. So they always drink water, otherwise, I mean, it comes natural to them. They want to drink, but the minute you start giving them sugar, they get addicted to the sugar. They don't want to drink nothing but the sugar. So you got to start them young. The other thing is, when my kids don't drink water, I show them what happens. Daddy, I'm getting a canker sore. Oh, have you been drinking enough water? No. Well, suffer. Daddy, I can't poop. And when you do poop, look, it's black rocks in there. Oh, have you been drinking enough water? No. Well, suffer. Show them what happens when they don't use healthy habits. Show it to them. That way they can be empowered enough to make the decision. Oh, you have a headache? Because you've been drinking all that sugar and no water? Good for you. But they should know what it feels like to be well hydrated so that there's contrast.
This dude said, "You want to square up, fam?"
You know, at some point I thought my fighting days were over. I wouldn't square up with you. I go down on them ankles, on them 50-inch ankles, and twist them. Ground and pound. I'm a ground and pound motherfucker. You want to square up on that? Come through. Come through. Come through. Come through. You know where strength camp is? Come through, dog. Having fun. I'm having fun with y'all today. It's a good day. It's a good day.
What do you want to say to your Snapchatters?
Look how short my arms are. I can't get into my pockets. I got deep pockets and short arms. This is a nice package from a friend, Brandon Carter. I want to say thank you, brother. He's got a YouTube channel. Check him out. Brandon Carter Fitness, I think. Look what he done sent me. Some cigars from Cuba, he said. Snapchat that. Yep, Habana, Cuba. Right? Anybody got anything to say? Check that guy's body out. He smokes cigars. You know? Somebody asked the difference between smoking cigars and cigarettes. You smoke cigarettes to get to the end. Suck that shit down. You smoke cigars to keep it going. Take your time. Cigars are for lovers. Cigarettes are for masochists.
Speaking of lovers, this kid wants to know, have you ever been in a relationship with any other woman than your wife, like in high school?
Yeah. Yes, I've been in relationships with other women. I'll leave it at that. Yes. Oh, man. Oh.
Tucker wants to know, he's like, I want to work out, but I feel too tired after work. What should I do?
Take a pre-workout. Who knows what video that's from? Let's annotate that one. Natural pre-workout. That's what you do.
Do neck muscles and neck exercises work for fighters or athletes to prevent head injury, or getting knocked out?
I don't know.
Good question.
That's a good question. You know,
I would think it probably would.
getting knocked out has a lot to do. You might not know this. Most people don't think of this. Has a lot to do with hydration in the brain. If there's not enough, if you're not hydrated well, which most people aren't, it sounds crazy, but your brain knocks around a little bit more in there. There's not as much cushion. I think they call it cerebral spinal fluid or something. But anyways, it's been researched that if you don't have enough good water hydrating your body, your brain rattles around a little too much. You get knocked out easier. So I don't know about your neck, but make sure you're hydrated.
Morning versus evening workouts.
Whatever's good for you.
Do you do any stomach vacuuming? Arnold exercise?
You know, I had a hole in my belly, right there. So I have a scar there. I had it sewed up. So So I was tummy vacuuming and it was like expanding and then drawing in. My abdominals were definitely not as strong as they could be. I had a goddamn hole in the muscle. And it also caused me to hyperextend at my lumbar spine just a little bit too much right behind that hole. So I was kind of like projecting outward a little bit. So, but yeah, tummy vacuum, sure.
Well, what's the best thing to do to strengthen the lower abdominals so you don't get that like protrusion?
Suck it in.
Suck it in.
Tummy vacuum. Like in Arnold's book, yeah.
While still keeping deep breath.
That's the thing. It's a good question. You don't want to become rigid, but you want to maintain structural integrity. So it's a matter of when and how. You know, you don't go around all day sucking your gut in, but as an exercise, just like you don't go around all day flexing your chest, right? You don't go around all day flexing your abdominals. You exercise it so that it maintains some tone, but then you relax it for the rest of the day. I'm foam rolling it and shit to loosen it up.
Get food for everybody else. Get food for me.
Nana.
Wow, I just scrolled to this. It said, just visiting. What is your most reoccurring dream at night?
I'll tell you right now. It's an element in my dream, and I had it last night also, where I have a lot to express, like I have a lot to say, and it's usually like yelling. I just can't get it out of me because my whole body is tight. So like the expression is there, but there's resistance.
Yeah.
That happens to you?
Yeah, like you can't fight or something. Like I sometimes, like in my dream, I'll get in a fight and I can't like throw my hands and I can't say anything.
Yeah.
Or I want to call for someone, but I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. For me, it's usually like an emotion. Like I want to yell at somebody or I want to express something, but
Right.
just
For sure.
can't. And that's what happened, Colleen. I wake up Colleen sometimes doing that because I'm literally laying there in my dream going in real life. And she like wakes me up. She's like, "You're having a dream."
This guy says that he doesn't do warm-ups. Do you think they're necessary? He says, if I do them, I feel like I can't do as many reps as I usually do.
If you say warm-ups, you mean like warm-up repetitions? I don't always do warm-up repetitions, but I do a general like flexibility dynamic warm-up. You see me, I foam roll, I'll stretch, I'll do some movements. But if I'm lifting for strength, if I want to go as heavy as I can, I'm not going to do a whole lot of warm-up sets. So it really depends on what you're doing. If you're bodybuilding, well then every set is you know, every set is a working set. Snapping and twirling. That's the new move. That's the new social media move.
Ooh, here's a good one. San X said that you mentioned that you have used steroids once.
Mm-hmm.
What were you using, and were you getting any side effects from them?
Yeah, trembolone, and I got strong as fuck. But I was also grumpy and antisocial as fuck. So.
How long did you do it?
6 weeks. About 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks. Just one cycle, man, guys. Everybody wants to say, and you know what the funny thing is? That was like 10 years ago, and people still like, oh, that nigga's not natural. He still got side effects from steroids. What you guys don't know is I was 250, 190, 225, 215. I did yoga for 6 months. I ran Tough Mudders. I mean, the physiology is completely different. I'm a different person. Every cell, down to every cell.
Everybody wants to know where you got your dinosaur rainbow shirt. Dinosaur puking rainbows on mountains shirt.
Threadless.
Threadless.
Threadless.com. They got cool shirts. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that was entertaining. See you next time.